all know and love Naomi Judd best as the senior half of country music's most successful mother-daughter duo, the Judds. She and her daughter Winona earned 15 #1 hits and more than 60 industry music awards. But in the early 90s, Naomi was diagnosed with hepatitis C, a chronic and potentially fatal liver disease. She went on to become spokesperson for the American Liver Foundation and is working to spread awareness and find a cure. Today, Naomi is still a powerhouse in the country music world and also found herself dealing with another health condition that affects more than 6 million Americans.
Please welcome Naomi Judd to the show. It's a real honor to have you with us.
We have country royalty in the house.
Thank you. You guys do such a good service. I was a former nurse. Actually, was going to go on and get my MD when Winona started singing on me. No way in the world I was going to let her get into sex, drugs, and rock and roll. You know.
We'll give you the white coat. You want us?
I've got one. I've got one.
I think you kept the right niche.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
I love hearing stories of people like yourself. You know, obviously you have a lot of critical acclaim as an artist, but you were formerly a nurse.
Yes.
So, I mean, this is part of your life.
Do you need your prostate checked, by the way?
Take one for the team.
I love it.
A lot of guys wouldn't turn you down.
Let's talk about panic attacks.
I do want to address this because we finished your tape piece with talking about something you now suffer from that 6 million plus Americans suffer from, and that is?
Panic attacks. They're very, very strange. It can be caused by death. It can be caused by disease. For me, I was awakened at usually about 3:30 in the morning when you're at your lowest brainwave activity, when you're really asleep. And it's insane. It's so hard to describe because I sit bolt upright in bed, and I just really felt like I was going crazy, hallucinating. And your heart's pounding, you're hyperventilating. If it goes on, you feel, you can get a little tingly in your fingertips. You can get some blurry vision, and you feel slightly nauseous. And you really think that you're going to die.
Yeah.
Do you attribute your diagnosis with hepatitis C as one of the causes of your panic attacks?
You're good. You're really good.
Well, because
it was. My therapist said I actually had all eight of the triggers that can cause a panic attack: separation anxiety from Winona. It's a disease process that affects your brain. It affects the neurochemicals in your brain. Not only are you out of your own life, but all that. So I started having them in 1990, but they abated. They completely subsided until about 4 months ago. Then it happened, and it's because of, again, a real serious personal problem that I hadn't acknowledged and worked through.
I suffered from panic attacks after my sister passed away. I just couldn't, when I'd go out in public, my heart would start racing. I felt like I was about to die, pass out, just sweaty, just couldn't breathe, chest pains. And you used EMDR, and that's exactly what I used.
Did you?
Yes. I, for 3 months, did this very intensive program called EMDR, which stands for Eye Movement
Desensitization. Response.
And basically what the idea is that through different eye movements, it helps you reprocess that traumatic memory to the point where it's not so traumatic anymore. It almost puts it in your distant memory so that you can actually work through it and
You're working
stop
from your left
panicking.
hemisphere to your right hemisphere. I'm glad you know about EMDR. There's also D.B.T. Do you know what D.B.T? You want to talk about D.B.T?
Well, you know what? I think that what's so important for direct behavioral therapy, and it is very important for people to understand medication can be safe and effective, other forms of therapy can be safe and effective, but as someone who had a near-death experience myself with an allergic reaction and then suffered panic attacks as a result, we know how really difficult this can be.